Hey everybody, welcome to Okie's super secret war room. Be quiet, shh. Secret, this room is very secretive. This room is just so secret. Anyways, wanted to do a quick live today from the room because I want to kind of take you around. There's some things I haven't explained yet. Hey Hearth and Home. So let me do this. I'm just going to walk you around the room. Hey Lisa. Hey Grandma Teresa. Good to see everybody. Hey Foraging. So let me just switch this around. So what I have here is, this room is kind of a conglomeration of a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to take you this room is 13 by 13. It's my spare room. I use it for multiple things. So I just wanted to kind of go over what I use it for as far as for Okies heating. So with that said, let's start. Everybody knows I got my, it's a 5 or 7 foot cubic freezer. I can't remember. I put it in here because we've been in the other room. I've showed you the other room where I'm growing some of the plants. But the problem is, you know, this is a freezer, so this has a compressor. Hey, Zed. I have a small fridge back there, which also has a compressor. I have my grow lights, and it's all on one circuit. I have a 200 amp service here at the house, but they've put all that on one circuit. So I didn't want to number one, take up the room to put it in there. And number two, every time one of these kicked on, if they kicked on together, or I had a grow light and they kicked on, I didn't want to trip the circuit. So I put it in this room, and it's a spare room anyways. And this is the spare freezer. This is where I put, when I do bulk shopping for the chicken. I got 40 pounds of chicken down in here. I have some beef down in here, and I have all of the vegetables, all the pumpkin soup, all of that frozen down there. So that's why this sits here. So it's kind of a cold storage room, I guess you could say. I showed you the other day, my wife gets this, she's on this auction site. Hey, Jen, how you doing? Glad to see you. She got this metal rack. You had to assemble it, but she got it for $2 or $4. I can't remember. But it's a steel rack. So this is not wood, not plastic. This is steel. These are steel wire shelves. And it's about 5 foot tall. That's going to be my seed. I did a video the other day. That's going to be my seed index. You can already see. Hey Jane, how you doing? You know, my wife made this box in the wood shop. So she just made a little pine box. And then down below, you can see that's my box I made out of pallet wood, and then I did a gray wash on it, then clear coated it, and I bent some steel up to make a handle. That's got my seeds in it. That's going to have seeds in it. Jane, JC Calamity Jane, that's here. That has my this one here has my hydroponics in it. The extra stuff that came with the hydroponic unit. This one right here. So on and so forth. So that is basically going to be all of my seed storage, and as people continue to send me seeds. And then what I have is this. I moved this the other day. Hey, have fun. So my wife, she made this shelving unit. So right now I put it up here just to give me some extra storage. And so, you know, there's a couple of there's a blank sign. That's where I spent my teenage years. And that is where I was born and raised, in the Alps in near West Eventown, New York. And I'm just keeping these up here for the winter until I get the posts in to put them on. And then of course, I have all of this one here, these are going to be the placards for people. That's my Down Home Misty Style placard. I have my Awesome Hour Bunch, which is Shannon and Aaron. This is a piece of cherry. That's just this one up here is just a piece of pine. And then you've seen my Carol from Broke and Bountifully Blessed. This is a piece of reclaimed pine with a live edge. So this edge is a live, they call that a live edge. And I wood burned it. And then I have my Hearth and Home. And if you've seen Hearth and Home, I took, if you look at the back of this, let me flip this around. There's a knot right there. And I used that knot for Hearth and Home. I saw the piece of wood because I'm like, that would make an excellent flower. That's like on her page. If you see her when you see her home page, it has a flower. And that's, I drew a little flower there with a wood burner. So Hearth and Home. This, you're gonna have to wait and see. So yes, I found center. That's how I found it. It was a square piece, found center, cut the circle. This is a surprise. I'm not gonna tell you who this is. I'm just waiting for some information from them. Then I'll complete that sign and I will do a video. This 3-tier shelving unit, my wife bought the steel shelving racks, but then she took pallet wood, planed it, routed it, and attached it, so we have a 3-tier shelf. And let's see, that is my grandmother and grandfather on my dad's side. And that is, I always talk about my grandmother and grandfather. They had passed, these two had passed before I was born. I never met them, I never knew them. They never held me, never saw me, nothing. They were already gone and passed. These are the two that had the farm. And he was awesome, she was awesome. These two were two of my favorite people ever. They were awesome people. Continuing around the room. This here, I have some of that mat stuff. I got that at a garage sale. It's a whole 4x4 mat where it's like a puzzle. Got it for $2. Brand new, it was in the package. I use that for under plants. This here is just some 1x2. I make my own, I'm doing baseboard in the house now as I finish refurbishing. So I took a cove bit on my router, and that's all routed and sanded and painted and just primed. So that's ready to go on the floor around the room, like that one there, to set the trim. So that's stuff I'm just working on in the house. I do that in my wood shop. Grow bags, a free, beautiful, like brand new. That is like a brand new laundry basket. They had it out by the road after they had a garage sale, so I took it. I use it in the garden. That's where I put all my potatoes. When I pick potatoes, I use that for my harvesting. And those are just grow bags I gotta use. I almost slipped up, everybody. Almost slipped up. That is the 55-gallon drum top that I'm making for my smile emoji. I had it turned around before I started the video. I didn't want to give it away. Tonight at 5, the short goes live that shows the finished product. I think it came out good. Tell me what you think when you watch the video. I think it is so awesome. You would not know it by this, but if I flip that around right now, you would not believe the transformation. I was concerned about my pumpkins. I pruned a couple of dead leaves off, and I thought they were going to die. But this one here, now, in the last couple of days, is running. It keeps trying to lay down. So if I move these leaves, this was laid flat down earlier, it's trying to lay down and run. So I just keep turning it during the day, and I spray it with some fresh water every once in a while, and it's been watered. My lettuce, I've been harvesting and eating that. You've seen some of the videos. Those are just some seeds I'm drying in the sun. I think these are my son's zucchini that he gave me. No problem, Wendy. I'm just going around the room. So let me show you something. I gotta show you this because this makes me happy. So if you look, you will see this drawer. Okay, this is a drawer unit. My wife got that a few years back. when we started having grandkids, she bought just this unit. It's just a 6-drawer little, unit for clothes. And we used it for our grandkids for changing table. So we could, we had a mat up here you could change the kids on. With my grandson's condition, I do a lot of his therapy with him, and I take him to therapy quite often, to his physical therapist down in town. But I also do therapy here. So what I figured was, so last year, I said, you know what, I need a therapy table. I was working on the floor, and he's getting too heavy. So what I did was, I took my spare lumber, and I made a box. Hey, Roseanne. Hey, Rosanna. So this is separate from this. These are working together, but separate, because it won't fit through the door. Now what I did was I took a piece of 5/8 plywood. Yes, I do have a grow light forging. Yep, it's a grow light. Yep, it is the full spectrum. It's a full spectrum grow light. And then what I did was, so this is all spare lumber. I didn't pay anything for it. We got this for like $5. I had to put a riser here for underneath to bring it to this height. So this is the height of a counter in your house. It is over 3 feet wide, and it is over 5 feet long. It will hold easily 300-400 pounds, no problem. I could sleep on that. Anyways, right now, with his condition, after surgery, we're not doing therapy right now here. So I've just been throwing stuff in here. So what I did was I bought a piece of 5/8 wood. I bought 1-inch memory foam and the gray vinyl like they have on workout benches. We cut that, we cut the foam, and then I stapled it all up underneath. This is attached to the top. This is attached to the top. 3 screws here, 3 screws here. It comes right off. If I ever had to move from here, this comes out alone, this comes out alone, this comes out alone. It takes 5 minutes to put together. But I can do all my therapy here with my grandson. I'm very good, Rosanna. How are you? Very good. Hey, anybody, if you haven't followed Rosanna TV Vlog 77, go check her out. The whole purpose here is when he's available again for therapy, this will all be gone, this junk, this printer and stuff will be out of here. A person can stand here. He can be on the table for therapy, and a person can stand here. So you can do double therapy with him. You can work 2 people at the same time, because he's like 60 pounds. So that's why I made it a little over 3 feet, because then you can reach across and work with him. You can have 2 people. It's long enough to fit him, and it's heavy enough to hold 10 of him. So I made all that in the shop, except for this. This we bought for a few bucks. This I just bought I had all the parts. This I had all the wood. So that's for my grandson. Now I want to show you this. Let me show you that. I made this table. So this isn't supposed to, this is just a piece of plain wood. I just keep that for spacer. And then we got our ceramic pigs underneath. My wife collects pigs. This is all aged pallet wood from about 10 years ago. I have cut it to size. I built this, it is solid. This thing, I could stand on this. You can't break that. It's glued, it's nailed, it's screwed underneath. You can't break that. This is going to, I keep talking about having a table in my garden, a work table. So what I'm going to do is this will be moved to my table, my garden next week. This will be attached to one of the trellises. And then what I can do is I can run up the back. I can run fencing way up, 4-foot, 5-foot fencing, and that'll be the back of a trellis. And then I can do potting of plants. I can keep potting soil down here, extra stuff down here, my tool bag for the garden down here. So this will be going out in the garden. Rest over here is just junk. I have my record player. I have my Elvis records. I have my Eddie Cochran records. I have my REO Speedwagon records. I have my Alabama records. Oh, one more thing. A lot of times when you're doing therapy with a child, I'm sure you've all seen those hats before. You need to have them at an angle. So what I did was, I have a 45-degree angle pad. So I made this in the shop, and you can see this pulls out like this. I can just Velcro everything in, and like a suitcase, I can take that in the car, I can take that to physical therapy, I can take it to my son's house, I can work with him over there. We actually used this after his operation to keep him elevated till they got their new bed. And they have vinyl here, so it doesn't cut into the vinyl. I have a couple of these, so I have different lengths, which then sets the angle. So I can do a 45, I can do a 20, I can do a 60, whatever I want to do for angles. And it's transportable. I go like that, boom. Actually, I have that backwards. I just do it like that. I set it all up, Velcro it down, and that travels. So, and last but not least, save the best for last, the war room. Dun, dun, dun. I have a big box here, and I have a bunch of boxes there. That is going to be my weed suppression for next year. Those will get chopped down. Tape will come off, and I'll be cutting this in between the rows to keep weeds down. This is my pride and joy. So much goes into this. This here, you saw this. This is my great-grandfather's table. That is over 100 years old. Hey, Christine. I turned it upside down. I put new fasteners in. I re-glued, sanded it, and clear coated it with 3 coats of clear coat, so it's nice and shiny. And this is acrylic, so it's kind of hard. You can't make a mark on it when you're writing. And that's for a gift for my kids. I always wanted a cathedral-style radio. I didn't even care if it worked. Don't care if it works. I just wanted one because I like the looks of those. That's a remake made to look like an antique. Antiques are like way up in price. They got that for me for my birthday, which is awesome. Got that for $1 at a garage sale. My dad had one of these. I always wanted it, never got it. I got one. Exact same make, exact same model for $1. That is a Sambuca. That is just a licorice liqueur, and then wildflowers, dried wildflowers. So that is the war room. So let me do this. Let me get this turned back around here. Because I have, oh, holy moly, look at that shirt. That shirt. Okay, Okies is back. I don't know if that's good or bad, but Okies is back. So it was funny. Last night, if anybody watches Tuber Chat, does anybody? I know Miss Paula does. Retirement does. I think Have Fun in Nature does, and a couple other watch. Yeah, here I am. Tuber Chat. They're a good growth channel. I'm going to be running their playlist tomorrow, like I showed on my community posts. And he said, when he did my channel, because I did a quick little tuber, I did a, what do they call them? Super chat. He did a quick synopsis of my channel. And he's done it before, because I've done little ones before, little super chats before. And he said, oh wow, he's done a lot of lives lately. Well, I was on call. I thought I was going to get a call to help with my grandson. So I couldn't stay. But what I wanted to say was, the reason I've done a lot of lives lately is because of my grandson's surgery. And if I get, everybody knows if you've edited videos, you know, you might have an hour, 2 hours put into it, and you're editing, you're piecing together different scenes, you've cut different scenes and put them together. You know, editing is a process, and I just haven't had time. So I've been doing some lives because then I can still do stuff, show people stuff around the homestead and the garden and my farm to table cooking without having to worry about editing. I love doing the editing. I love doing filming. I love all of that. However, right now, there's some things going on that I don't want to get in the middle of something and then have to stop, which is a possibility. So I just said, I'm going to do some lives here and there. I already have a bunch in the queue of videos I've edited. So they are coming up next week. I think I'm out to next Saturday or Sunday. So I hope you guys will support them and watch them. Tonight, it really does. Hey, Miss Jazzy. Tonight at 5 p.m., you're going to see the finished product of my happy emoji. So you all better watch and support and make it go viral, or I'm quitting YouTube. If it doesn't go viral, I quit. I'm done. I'll never come on YouTube again. I'll cancel my channel. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that, obviously. But no, you'll see the finished product tonight in the video. I think it came out good. Let me know when you see it. Let me know if you have any, and critique it. If you don't like it, tell me what you don't like about it, because I can still make others. That's right. That's right, have fun. Because I'm still doing a poop emoji. I've already got the board picked out. I'm looking at the emojis, and I'm trying to figure out on paper the size, and I'll do it on a piece of cardboard first, and then I'll trace that poop emoji out, and then I gotta get some I gotta get some brown paint so I can paint it and then put eyes on it and a mouth. So that's gonna take a little longer, but tonight is my smile emoji. You're gonna see the final product, 5 p.m. It's a short, it's 30 seconds long. You're gonna see it up on my fence. That will go in my garden. I'll have a happy emoji, a poop emoji, an old antique clock. I have old antique hubcaps. I'm gonna have signs that I made from the cities I've lived in. It's gonna be sensory overload for me, because it's gonna be all stuff that I like. So when I'm working in the garden, which I love, and I'm growing things and picking things and eating stuff out of the garden, I'm seeing all this stuff that reminds me of my mom, my dad, my grandparents, people I don't have with me anymore. And I can smile. I got a bench. I can sit there and look with my coffee as I look at this garden I've created, and you guys have all watched and supported. So to me, it's pretty cool. You have seen my community posts. I mentioned this yesterday in my caprese salad. I'm doing 2 to 3 every day. I'm trying to watch their playlists and watch them every day. And so what I'm doing is I'm creating a community post for support, and I'm putting their actual channel name, so you can actually click on it, go to their channel. Because not only am I trying to support them, because they've supported me and they've helped my channel, I want to support them back. And then that gives you guys a chance. If they're not on your list of supporters, you can just click on their name and it takes you right to their channel. So you can go support them. Wendy forgot to buy stamps. That's awesome. Good, you gotta take a loan out for them anyways. But so if you watch those community posts, I'm trying to say 3 or 4 days ahead, so you'll see who's coming up. And what I want people to understand is, please, if you're not on the list yet, don't get upset. You're going to be on the list. I keep a list, if you can see that. This is what I'm running every day. So these are gonna be what's gonna be running those days. Once I do the community post, I write it in my book. Then I put a check mark after I run them for the day. So I know I've run them. So I know, like today is JC Calamity Jane, Down Home Misty Style, Have Fun in Nature. They've been running most of today. tomorrow. Tomorrow I wanted to do something special. Tomorrow are two people, two channels that are kind of growth channels, Tuber Chat and The Source. The Source lives in Hawaii. I'm getting there, Teresa. I'm getting there. I'm not worried. You know, as long as I'm alive and as long as I'm alive and kicking, I'll keep going. I don't give up that easy. But Tuber Chat, everybody knows having a Tuber Chat if you've been on the channel. It's a great channel. So I try to give him, every once in a while, just throw him a super chat. It's a great channel for growth. It's helped me a lot. I've got a lot of people to agree to run playlists. We've traded playlists. The Source, that wheel where every week you have an opportunity to be on. He'll give you a daily thing where they follow you for the day. So so I just wanted to do those two alone because they're considered growth channels. But I just wanted to tell everybody, I'm going to get to you, I promise you. Upcoming, I have Scully Pop. Anybody that knows Scully Pop, he also is very supportive. He shows up, he's always watching my playlists, he's always commenting. Foraging and urban farming, they're coming up. Graham Teresa, who's been great, coming up. Wilds Collections, they're always commenting on my stuff. Chef Zed, Chef Zed's been supportive, I've supported her. Everybody knows Chef Zed. Simply Debbie Sue just had surgery. I wanted to throw her in there because I was hoping, give her a couple days to heal. She's not gonna be putting out a lot of stuff, but surgery, trust me, surgery's no joke. So try to help her back on her feet. Since she's not gonna be getting as much video editing done, I thought it would be really cool if people could go to her channel and just basically support the crap out of her channel is the only way I can word it. Support the crap out of Debbie Sue's channel, Simply Debbie Sue's channel. It's at Simply Debbie Sue, just like it sounds, DEBBIE. So she's still getting hours. People are still supporting her even while she's down after surgery. And I know everybody here will. And then there's more coming. I have a list. I don't have it here with me. Everybody's seen my purple book now. Yeah, Simply Debbie Sue is great. She really is. So if you can go support at Simply Debbie Sue, even before we get to her day, she's a great person. Granny Southern Corner, she's coming up. She's going to be on the next ones when I start to post community posts. She's always commenting on my stuff. I try to go to her lives when I can. Last week was tough with my grandson, but I'm trying to get back. I've been watching her stuff. Go check her out, Granny Southern Corner. She will be one of the people that's going to be in one of my community posts for support. So, you know, Natty Homemaker, Missy Cooking on a Budget, Dr. Ninja Turtle. The list goes on and on. So I'm just checking down through my list of who I'm subscribed to, those who I'm running. And I'm just starting right now with the last 100 people, basically, that have interacted with me. So I'm hitting the ones that interacted the most so I can get them in the books taken care of and people are supporting them, and then I'm working down my list. But other channels, new channels, Have Fun in Nature's trying to grow. They're doing a really good job. They got some really good content. I think, did I do them yesterday or tomorrow? I don't remember. It's all running together. Anyways, so with that said, I'm getting sick and tired of people showing me their flyers. I'm just kidding, I don't care. Grandma Teresa Gilmer, if you watch her, she does her flyers every week. And I'm shocked sometimes. She has some really good prices. We have some really good prices here in Southern Oklahoma. Natty Homemaker, Canadian Cabin Girl, I don't know how they are doing it. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I have the list right there. I just keep forgetting I have the list. But yeah, so just before I get to this, when I do lists, what I do, as soon as I get up in the morning, which is early, I start 2 channels. I got 3 TVs to run. So I don't do the one in the master bedroom till my wife is up for going to work. So I have a spare bedroom and I have the one in the living room. I start 2 channels immediately, 4:35 in the morning. Boom, those TVs are on, they're running channels. They're already on, they've already been running channels overnight because I run one TV 24/7. It's just, it's literally like perpetual motion. It's running channels 24/7. So as soon as my wife is up and she's getting ready for work, I go in and click that TV on and put the 3rd person on. It's very tough, Grandma. It really is. But, so what I do is, that's why I decided, you know what, I need to create a list. And then I'm like, you know what, if I'm gonna create a list, why don't I just share that list for other subscribers? Because I have subscribers that you don't have. Even though we've been interacting for months, you have subscribers I've never met. So if I keep putting these out and I keep listing, hey V, how you doing? If I keep listing their actual channel on those community posts, and everybody's gonna start to know that they're there, that is a great way for you to go interact with somebody else, pick up new subscribers, get more watch hours, and support somebody and have them support you back. Everybody I'm putting on those lists have supported me a lot. I'm not putting people on there that don't support me. There's some people in my list that don't really even, they're not even there anymore. They support, we all have them. They've subscribed, I've subscribed, but we don't really interact with each other. With that said, the ones I'm putting on there, once you subscribe to them and they work with you and follow you or whatever and connect, you're gonna have some really good interactions with them. And you have 17, you have like 1732 as of yesterday. It's tough to stay in contact with everybody, but I'm just gonna keep chugging on down through this list. And then if you see somebody on that list that you don't know, or you've never ever friended or followed or whatever, go check them out. And they may very well come back and see your channel, watch some of your videos, and help you with your hours. But the one thing I can say is, I call her Mother Teresa. I am so sorry. I always say Mother Teresa. It's Grandma Teresa. I do that. I've done that a couple times with her. I call her Mother Teresa. It's Grandma Teresa Gilmore. I apologize. She has a Kroger, and we just literally up the road got in Albertsons. I believe I think Kroger owns Albertsons, if I remember correctly. It's either or. A daily dose of Okies, that's right. I get a daily dose of Okies, believe me, it's not worth it. If I could separate myself so I didn't have to deal with myself every day, I probably would, because I'm a jerk. But she's always doing the Kroger ones. Well, I think it's Kroger owns Albertsons. So you can see right here, Save Big Oklahoma. I'll show you a good deal. So this week, I can buy 10 pounds. That's what I like about Albertsons. Look at that, $1.75 a pound for boneless, skinless chicken breast or thighs. I get these, I got 40 pounds in my freezer right now. These are delicious. This is really good chicken. $1.75. So I'll probably go up this week and I'll get 10 more pounds because it's $17.50 for really good chicken. You can't beat that. I mean, when they first opened about 6 months ago, they were doing their grand opening. It was $1.17 a pound. So I went up and bought 30 or 40 pounds. I went up 2 days in a row. I used my phone number because you use the app. I used my wife's phone number, went back the next day, got 10 more. I got 40 pounds in 2 days, and I spent a total of $45 for 40 pounds of chicken. So now, Bluebell ice cream, $9.50 right now. It's been anywhere from $9 to $10 for the half gallon. They have it on sale for $6.97. That's a good deal. It's a pretty good deal. The chops I don't really care about, but vegetables, if you check out their avocados, cucumbers, red and yellow orange bell peppers, cosmic crisp apples per pound, 97 cents. So that's a really good deal. We like the Cosmic Crisp, so I've been getting Cosmic Crisp. 97 cents. They are great. I got to cook some apple pies anyways. We got eggs the other day for $1.45 a dozen. And let's see, coffee, $10 for the big jar, for the big can, versus 15 or 16 that it's been. So money was tight. Our situation here in Oklahoma, the prices have really come down a lot. They have their rice-a-roni, buy 3, get 3 free. I don't need this because 2 weeks ago they had it for 77 cents for rice-a-roni, pasta-roni, and the Nor's dishes for 77 cents a piece. So I was allowed to get 24, I got 24. I'm all set for the next 6 months on side dishes. That's what I'm saying. Because of this, because of like the cheese and the cheesy rice, all the Nor's stuff, the pasta-roni between my green beans and I love Nor's, Grandma Teresa. I love Nor's. I throw ham or beef or turkey or chicken in with it. So if I do one of their 3 cheeses, I throw a protein in. And for 77 cents, I got a ham steak the other day. It is no kidding, 3/4 of an inch thick, and it's bigger than my head, which is a big head. I mean, I'm a Sasquatch. So that ham is that big, 3/4 of an inch thick, $4 at Wally World. That's gonna it's gonna make us 6 meals. Couldn't believe it. So I know times are still tough, money is still tight, and I know prices are still high in a lot of areas. At least in southern Oklahoma, things have really relaxed. I pay anywhere between $1.95 and $2.14 for gas per gallon now. It's way, way, way down. Just 4 months ago, we were paying $2.89. I paid $1.95, so I paid almost $1 a gallon less 2 weeks ago when we were in Oklahoma City. So I'm hoping that, the trend is going down so that the prices are coming down. I hope. Not so much for my sake, but for everybody else. I mean, there's people on fixed incomes. My wife has a good job. If I had to get a job, I could, but I work with my grandson, so that was the trade-off. If we could live on her income, then I could spend time with my special needs grandson. And so that's the commitment we made. But if I had to go back and get a part-time job, I could. But like I told my wife this year, if prices come down and gas comes down, it's like getting a raise, because we were surviving on what she made. If it comes down and drops, then it's like getting a raise, because we'll have more disposable income. So anyways, but there are people out there. I know Grandma Teresa's on a fixed budget. Natty and Jay are a one-income family. And I know there's others. I'm gonna miss some, so I'm just gonna stop right there because I don't want to offend anybody. So hopefully stuff's coming down, and hopefully we'll get a breather here for a while. And that's, like I said, that's why I do my gardening, because this year, my Christmas, they want to get us, my daughter texted my wife and said, I know you guys don't want anything, because I'm grumpy when it comes to Christmas. I don't want them buying me gifts. And because I'd rather them buy something for my grandkids or put it in a savings account for their education or something. Don't spend it on me. I might have 2 days left in my life. I might have a year. I might have 10 years. Don't waste your money on me, okay? My life is over. I'm just kidding, it's not over. But I just don't like people wasting money on me. So but she said, we want to get you something. So for Christmas, for Father's Day, what we've been getting is canning jars. So Natty will get a laugh at that because, oh my goodness, somebody sent her a canner. I can't remember who. They sent Natty Homemaker a canning device, the whole canner. So we're getting a canner here soon. Hey, around the table. So what we said was, I want to do 100 pints of green beans. So I said, hey, if you really feel like you have to buy me something, buy me canning jars, 1 pint canning jars. So we've got boxes. Well, let me show you. See these? That's canning jars. That's canning jars, and there's more behind it. These are all my 1 pint canning jars. So I got to get busy canning. So anyways, we're going to get a canner sometime over the winter. I'm just looking at deals and which one I want. Natty got an electric one, which is the one I'm leaning towards, that you can plug in and just, it's a separate unit. So if I wanted to take it outside and work, I could. Not that I would, but you can move wherever you want. You're not, you know, where your stove is, you have to be. You can move it wherever you want. So anyways, with that said, I'm going to probably call it here. I appreciate everybody being here. Thanks for all the comments, the laughs. Thanks for supporting this decrepit, old, angry, grumpy, foolish old man. See you in the next one. Don't forget, tonight, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, you're going to see the finished product of my garden happy face emoji. If you want to see it, you got to go watch it. Everybody have a great finish to your weekend. It's Saturday, I believe. I'm going over with my grandson tonight to split the night with my son, so he can go get some sleep, and then I can take him till 9 the next morning, and then we'll swap out again, and then we'll swap out tomorrow again, and so on and so forth. But it is what it is. So hopefully next week I can get a... Oh, Grandma, I'll be there for yours. I'll be there for yours. If not, I will watch it tonight with my grandson. I may be taking a nap at that point because I'm going to take a nap from 6 till whenever, so I can get over to my son's house about 11 o'clock. So I might miss it, but I will watch it. You know I will. I will watch it. I promise you. I will restream it, and that will give me something to watch tonight. So Grandma Teresa, 7 p.m. Make sure you go check her live out. She has a great conversation for an hour, and then she calls it, and then they go to somebody else. I don't remember who, but anyways. With that said, everybody have a good end to your weekend, and maybe I'll see you in a sunrise live next week, I'm hoping. It was rainy this morning, still couldn't get a sunrise, so hopefully sunrise sometime this week. Everybody have a great day. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.